Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Stone, and this is Spelling Sort number 22. You should have your workbook and your colored pencils, and you need your orange, green, and red colored pencils. We won't probably do anything with the purple, so you don't need your purple one. But it's been a long time since we've done a lesson together, so let's get to it. These three columns we're going to be spelling the G sound three different ways. We're going to be spelling it G-U at the beginning of the word, like as in the word guess. We're going to be spelling it. Now this one I have a hard time with. I think that they probably gave you a bad example of this. But it's going to be G-U-E-G sound at the end of the word. And they've given you the example tongue. Okay, that's not a hard G sound like as in the other words that you're going to find, but that's the example that they gave you. And then we also have a G sound spelled at the end of the word as in ladybug. All right, and then we have the oddball column. So the very first thing I want you to do is I want you to turn all your words up so you can see the words, and I want you to find the word guitar. All right, it has the hard G sound, and it is spelled G-U at the beginning of the word guitar. So guess guitar is spelled G-U, the hard G sound. So what I want you to do is I want you to look through the words that you have, and I want you to find all of the words that have the G sound at the beginning of the word, and it's specifically spelled with a G and a U. And when you finish that, come back to the video. All right, you should have found the words guard, guilty, guidance, guide, and guest. All right, they all have the hard G sound spelled G-U at the very beginning of the word. Now, the one that I still kind of have to think about to this day is the word guidance. Okay, remember it's G-U-I-D-A-N-C-E, like you dance. Okay, you have just remember that it's a guy dance. Okay, so guidance, you're going to have an A in that one instead of an E. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your orange colored pencil, and I want you to go ahead and I want you to highlight the G-U at the beginning of each one of those words, because that's what makes the hard G sound, G-U. All right, so now you have some words left, and I want you to go through and I want you to find the word vague. All right, now this is different to me because tongue and vague have different sounds to me. And maybe it's just the way I'm pronouncing them, but I'm pretty sure the tongue was probably not a good example that they gave you. So I want you to find the word vague. Vague means not very specific. If you're vague about a test that you have coming up on Tuesday, then you don't know the real specifics of it, and if somebody asks you about it, you're real unsure. And so that's what the word vague means. All right, so I want you to look that the hard G sound at the end of the word is spelled with a G-U-E. So I want you to take your green colored pencil, and I want you to highlight G-U-E at the end of that word. Now, the words that you have left, I want you to find the words that have the G sound at the end of the word and specifically spelled with a G, U, and E, as in the word vague. So come back to the video when you're ready. All right, you should have found the words fatigue, intrigue, league, and plague. All right, fatigue means that you're tired. Okay, if you're fatigued, that means that you're just kind of weary and you want to rest, and you just had a long day. You're fatigued. You're fatigued. Okay, intrigue means that you're curious about something. Like if you are in an intriguing situation, that means it's kind of mysterious and you have a lot of wonder about things and things. A league, you've all been, basketball league, baseball league, soccer league, all kinds of things. And then the plague, the word plague, you probably learned about that in third grade in history. Plague is a disease, okay? It's a disease that spreads quickly and unfortunately kills a lot of people. So that's the word plague. So I want you to right now take your green colored pencil and I want you to highlight the GUE in each one of those words because it specifically makes the G sound at the end of the word spelled GUE. All right, so you have 2 columns left. All right, so you shouldn't have very many words left. But I want you to go find the word zigzag. All right, zigzag has the hard G sound at the very end of the word, and it is spelled with just the letter G. So I want you to take your red colored pencil and I want you to highlight the last G. And we're not talking about the G in the middle. We're only talking about the hard G sound that come at the end of the word. Okay, so the word is zigzag. So you have some words left, and so you shouldn't have very many left. So out of the words that you have remaining, I want you to find the words that have the hard G sound, G, at the end of the word, and is specifically spelled with only the letter G. So when you find those, come back to the video and start it again. All right, you should have found the words shrug, iceberg, dialogue, catalog. All right. Now, I have seen the word dialogue and catalog spelled with a GUE at the end, but it's also correct to spell it this way. So, dialogue and catalog. So all of those have the hard G sound at the end of the word, and it's spelled with the letter G. So take your red pencil and highlight all those letter G's at the end of the words. So you should have a few words left, and so we know that those are all going to go into the oddball column. So what you have left, you should have gauge, all right, language, argue, strong, and penguin. Now let's look at the word gauge. How come it doesn't fit into any of these categories? All right, well, it has a hard G at the front of the word, but that doesn't go in our category. If it's going to be at the beginning of the word, we want it to be a G and a U. And so that's not going to fit the bill on any of these. The word language, all right, we have maybe language in the middle of the word spelled with a G and a U, but it's not at the beginning of the word as in guess, so that doesn't fit into that category. Now, we have the word we have the word argue, all right? I had to stand that out in my head because I'm thinking, why doesn't that fit? But it doesn't fit because it makes the U sound, not the word G, as in vague, fatigue. It makes the U sound, argue, okay? So it has a long U with it. So that's why it doesn't go in the green column. The word strong, okay, doesn't make the hard G sound, okay? Like as in iceberg, strong, all right? Does not make the same sound. And the word penguin, all right, has the GU, but it's not at the very beginning, and it makes more of a W sound. So that's why all of those words are in the oddball column. They have G's. Some of them have GUs in them. Some of them end with G's. Some of them have end with the GUE, but they don't make that specific sound that we're looking for. So that's why they're in the oddball column. Okay, so these are the words for this week. Kind of tough words. That green column is pretty tough, so make sure you study those. And the ones in the red, like I said, dialogue and catalog can be spelled this way. This is the way that we're going to spell it because it fits into that column. But I've also seen it spelled with a U and an E at the end. So, but we're talking, it's fine to spell it like that. So I want you to spell it like that on the test. Now, study your words. You're going to study them on Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Well, you're going to watch this on Wednesday. You're going to study them on Thursday, and then you'll have your test next Tuesday. And this will also be over sorting also. So it's going to be over the spelling of the word and the sorting of the words. So I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Friday.